Good evening, everybody. Hope that you guys can hear me clearly. Today, we are going to have a very good discussion with our second paper. So, last week we started this paper, of course, and I think you guys have done this as homeworks, right? Right. Before you starting the class, please let me know: am I audible to you? Make some noise, guys, please. This is the only class that teacher
Yes.
requests students to make some noise. In other classes, teachers asking to be quiet, right? Okay. So, make some noise.
Good evening, sir.
All right. Good evening. Right. Fine. So last week we started our second paper, first, second paper. What is it? First, second paper. That we are discussing first papers and second papers separately. First paper we have already discussed, and today we are going to have our second day discussion for the second paper. I like to go for it. You go for it. Nice. All right. So we did case number one, didn't we? Today we are going to start from case number two. Okay, let's go ahead. Who did this as a homework? This question at least. Who did this question earlier? This question means question number two, not part A, right? Who done this already? Only three. Why others? Are you guys doing your levels this time? I asked you to do this as home or as a homework. Then only you can make sure whether your answers are correct or not. Otherwise, you are just reading the question with me and you are writing the answer with me. So no learning points at all. You have to study again after the class. But if you done this, if you have not done this earlier, you can make sure whether your answers are appropriate or not. Thank you. Right. Therefore, homework කරන්න. මොඩල මම වගේ ඉන්න එපා. homework කරන්න ඕන. Okay, දැන් ඉතින් වැඩ නැහැ. දැන් කරමු. දැන් මගෙත් එක කරමු. Okay. Name 4 monetary policy instruments used by Central Bank of Sri Lanka. Give me some answers for this. 4 monetary policy instruments. 4 which used by CBSL. Well, 4 monetary policy instruments used by CB. You are having only 2 marks, right? You are giving 2 marks. The depth of the answer depends on what? Depth of the answer depends on what? සමහර ළමයි අහන points කීයක් ලියනවද? right explain කරනවද? rule කීයක් ලියන්න ඕනද? පිටුවක් ලියන්න ඕනද? right, some teachers said that to get 2 marks you have to write 2 pages. Oh, එයාලගේ කාලේ. But not now. Now they are not asking you to write essays or letters, right, or projects. They are asking the question specifically. If you know that, you know it. If you don't know that, you don't know. එච්චරයි. වටේ යන්න බෑ. බොරුට උත්තරේ වටේ කරගෙන ලකුණු හම්බෙන්නේ නැහැ. You have to answer to the point. Therefore, no need to write huge answers, right? But write some specific answers. That if they ask you to explain, then only you should explain. If they ask to write to 4 points, better write 6 points. Write one. If they ask 1, write 1.5. 4 means 6, like that. All right. So tell me some monetary policy instruments used by Central Bank of Sri Lanka to control money supply. Well, Ken, come on. You said that I'm audible to you. Yes, number 1, monetary policy instruments. Hurry up. Number 1. Number 1 then number 2. මම වැහෙනවද ඔයාලට? Can you hear me? මේක කරන්න බෑ වැඩේ. You have to talk. නැත්තම් උත්තර ලියා ගන්න පස්සෙන් එපා වැඩන්නේ. Can anybody try this please? Okay. message දාලා තියෙනවානේ. Good. Okay, right, number 1. Policy interest rates. Policy interest rates. Number 2. Statutory reserve ratio. Statutory reserve requirements කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන්. Number 3. Open market operations. Open market operations. Open market operations. Number 4. Credit restrictions. Credit restrictions. Or credit limits, whatever. There is number 1. 2 marks. Explain the difference between SLFR and SDFR. දැන් අතර මේක යූස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඔය සිලබස් එක තාම තියෙනවානේ. දැන් මේකට මොකද්ද කියන common name එක? Overnight policy interest rate කියලා තමයි කියන්නේ. but සිලබස් එක තාම තියෙන්නේ පරණ එක. Okay, අපි ඉස්සරහට එකක් කතා කරමු, right? SLFR and SDFR. SLFR means what? Or standing lending facility rate means when people are having their government securities, they can keep them as a collateral and obtain a bank loan. Right? The interest rate charged for that particular bank loan is called standing lending facility rate. Right? Then what is SDFR? Standing deposit facility rate means what? When people and other parties in the economy, when they are having excess funds, they can invest them in government securities, and that particular moment, the central bank offers them an interest rate to attract their money through the banking system. That interest rate is called what? SDFR, or standing deposit facility rate. Okay, let's write this. Clear on me, ma'am. So you have to start with SLFR. අහලා තියෙන පිළිවෙලට ලියන්න ඕන. හරිද? Write the first bullet. So you are given 2 marks නේ. ලොකුවට ඉස්සර ඕනේ නැහැ. අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම SLFR වලට 1 mark, SDFR 1 mark. ඒක ලකුණක් ගන්න ලියව නම් ඇති. ඔය දන්න බව පෙන්වන්න නම් ඇති. ලොකුවට ඉස්සර ලියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. Write the first bullet. Standing lending facility rate is abbreviations ලියන්න එපා. Abbreviations ලියන්න එපා. මම නිකන් ඔයාලට කියන්න මේක accounting සරල මතක් කරන්න නැති ඔයාලට. Last year company accounting question එකේ SOFP කියලා දැම්මොත් ලකුණු දෙන්න එපා කියලා තියෙනවා නේ. 1 mark for the business name, but if they wrote as SOFP, marks won't given. ඒක කියලා තියෙනවා no marks for abbreviations කියලා. දැන් මේකේ කෙලින්ම අහන්නේ point එකනේ. ඒ නිසා ඔයා SLFR කියලා ලියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. You have to write that standing lending facility rate. Standard නෙමෙයි. Standing. Write that. Standing lending facility rate is standing lending facility rate is the interest rate charged by the interest rate charged by the interest rate charged by central bank central bank central bank from commercial banks and primary dealers from commercial banks and primary dealers from commercial banks and primary dealers when they obtain funds from when they obtain funds from when they obtain funds from central bank central bank using government securities using government securities using government securities as collateral as collateral collateral means security as collateral. Okay, next bullet. Now you have earned 1 mark. Next one. Standing deposit facility rate is standing deposit facility rate is the interest rate paid to commercial banks the interest rate paid to commercial banks commercial banks and primary dealers and primary dealers and primary dealers when they when they invest their surplus funds when they invest their surplus funds when they invest their surplus funds surplus funds in government securities in government securities in government securities held by central bank. Held by central bank. Okay. Fine. එකත් හරිනේ. Next one. Mention 4 consumer responsibilities and briefly explain. ලකුණු 4යිනේ. එහෙනම් 4 consumer responsibilities වලට 2 marks. Briefly explain නම් 2 marks. ලේසි ප්‍රශ්නනේ. මේක නිකන් මතක් කරගන්න වගේ දාලා තියෙන්නේ. Okay, let's write this one. First one. Clear the first one. Critical awareness. Critical awareness. Critical awareness. Right under that, being knowledgeable on the quality and the prices of goods and services. Number 3, number 2, write it. Active participation active participation. What is that? Write that. Participating for the problems faced by consumers. Participating in the problems faced by consumers. Number 3, you can see that on the board now. Social concern. Again, behaving in a way that is not harmful to others and to the other ethnic groups. Number 4, environmental awareness. Being concerned about the environment. මේක බලාගෙන ලියා ගන්න හරියට. online environment. Social concern and environmental awareness. Okay, social concern means behaving in a way that is not harmful to others and to other ethnic groups. Environmental awareness के लिए क्या being concerned about the environment. Fine. Let's go for the next question. Some 3A. Some business organizations have legal personality while some don't have legal personality. Mention 4 things business can do if they are having a legal personality. So you're asking not what legal personality is. You're asking if a business is having a legal personality, what are the things that they can do using that particular legal personality. Now first of all tell me what are the businesses that they are having a legal personality? Manko business tunak tiyeno. All starts with one letter. At least can you remind the letter? What is the letter? Letter is C. What are they? Companies, cooperatives, corporations. Right? Companies, cooperatives, corporations. Shortened form. Companies can be incorporated companies or state companies, whatever. Both of them are having a legal personality. Right? Incorporated company, government company, all of them are having a legal personality. Cooperative societies and state corporations. These three are having a legal personality. Right? Legal personality ke munadu karannu puluva. What can they do? If a business has a legal personality, what can they do? Number one, they can sign agreements like a person. They can pay taxes like a person. They can file a case against someone. Someone can file a case against the business. Right? Business can have business loans directly for the business. Business should pay taxes by the name of the business. If a business is having a legal personality, right? Can be sued. Right? Right? Business can file a case against someone. Business someone can file a case against the name of the business. Business can sign agreements and coming into contracts, recruit employees for the business, then payment of taxes by the name of the
Liabilities.
business. Sorry?
Liabilities. Liabilities.
Liabilities is also limited, but with the legal personality, these are the ones that you can do. Okay? If you have a legal personality, these are things that you can do. Maybe. Okay. Right. Okay. Maybe business can do this. Number one, the business can sue against and can be sued against. Business business by the name of the business, right? The business can acquire the assets for the business. If you are having a partnership with someone else, but if you want to buy a motor vehicle, a motor vehicle ගන්න තමන්ගේ නමට. Right? Sole proprietorship is also same. But if you have a company, you can acquire assets for the name of the company. The business can enter into agreements. The business can pay taxes, right? Write these four. Write these four. This is what business can do if they are having a legal personality. ඔයගේ හොඳ ප්‍රශ්න ওই භාගයේදී ready වෙලා යන්න. Right. Let's go next. ඊළඟ ප්‍රශ්නයට යමු. Mention 4 reasons why people must start up partnerships rather than sole proprietorship. So what do they asking? Mention 4 reasons why people must start up partnerships rather than sole proprietorship. So what is the question? What is this question? They are asking the advantages of partnerships when compared to a sole proprietorship. That's what they are asking. So what are the answers? What are the advantages of forming a partnership other than a sole proprietorship? Tell me one. What is the main one? What is the main one? Well,
More investment.
ability of gathering a lot of capital, right? Because in a partnership, we can have for 20 people's capital. Number one, ability of gathering a large amount of capital. Number two, losses can be shared. Very good. In a sole proprietorship, the loss has to bear the sole trader alone. But here, partners can share the loss. Number three, collective decision making. In a sole proprietorship, sole trader has to get all the decisions alone. But in a partnership, there is a collective decision making. Collective decision making. More knowledge, more experience, more skills are accumulating together when they are getting a decision. What are the other things of forming a partnership rather than sole proprietorship? Well, hmm, mutual agency, that all of them are working as a team. Why? One partner's weakness affect for all other partners in the business. But in sole trader, if he does it uh, in a nice way, he can enjoy the profit. If he makes something wrong, he has to bear the loss alone. But in a partnership, when one partner's faults can be covered by other partners. Right? What is the meaning? These are the advantages. Now let's go for the answers. Hurry. Look at this. Losses can be shared among partners if a partnership in a partnership, but in a sole proprietorship, the owner may have to bear the total loss alone. Number two, many new ideas make decisions making in the partnership more effective. Number three, a large amount of capital can be collected through the partnership. Number four, skills of partners can be used for the success of the partner. විනාඩි දෙකක් දෙනම් ටක් ගාලා ලියා ගන්න මේ හතර. මේ වගේ හොඳ උත්තර ලියන්න. Okay, right, let's go for the next question. What is meant by mutual agency in partnership? This is a very good question. Mutual agency, mutual agency. But what is mutual agency? That means one partner is a principal and agent of himself and other partners. The mata partners la partnership එක මම member කෙනෙක් නම් right මම වැරද්දක් කරොත් ඒක මටත් බලපානවා අනිත් පැත්තටත් බලපානවා. වෙන කෙනෙක්ටත් එහෙමම තමයි. So one partner is a principal and agent of himself and other partners. ඒක partner කෙනෙක් අනිත් කට්ටියගේ principal කෙනෙකුත් වෙනවා, agent කෙනෙකුත් වෙනවා. එයාගේ අනිත් කට්ටිය ඔක්කොම. මේක තමයි ඒකේ purpose එක. මේකේ answer එක. මේ හොඳ උත්තරයක් තියෙනවා බලන්න. ෂෝක් උත්තරයක් තියෙනවා. All partners are mutually responsible for each other's actions. Thus, the negative result of one partner's misconduct will have to be suffered by all. In a partnership, considerable time should be taken to choose partners and to assess them. Right? The aims, personal characteristics, expertise and skills, working style, etc. of a potential partner should be evaluated before he admitted into the partnership. කෙනෙක්ව ගන්න කලින් එයාගේ මොනවද බලන්න ඕනේ? aims මොනවද? personal characteristics, expertise and skills, working style වගේ දේවල් future potential partner ගැන future partner ගැන evaluate කරලා ඉවරලා තමයි එයාව ගන්න ඕන. Okay? Okay, write this one. මේක ලියා ගන්න. ස්ක්‍රීන්ෂොට් ගහගන්න එපා බොරුවට ඔය ලියවෙන්නේ නැහැ පස්සේ. දැන් ලියා ගන්න. විනාඩි දෙකක් දෙන්න. මෙහෙම දාන්නෙත් මම නෝට් එක කියදුවාට මිස් වෙයි කියන බයට. හරි. දැන් බලාගෙන හරියටම ලියා ගන්න. හරියටම ලියන්න කම්මැලි වෙන්න එපා. After writing just type as done. දෙතුන් දෙනෙක් කිව්වට පස්සේ මම ඉස්සරහට යන්නම්. Okay, fine. D. Done. Okay. Okay, thank you. Right, let's go for next. Franchisor and agent are two different concepts. State two similarities and two differences among franchisor and agent. One mark for two differences, one mark for two similarities. Who is franchisor, who is agent? Similarities franchisor, that means the person who sells his business concept. Better was franchisee. Franchisor ने franchisee करेगा तो लेजी वाली franchisee. Franchisee कहना कथा करूँ. Franchisee in Sri Lanka KFC franchisees Cargills, right? Again, non franchisees right now. So what do? They are getting someone's brand name or someone's product or someone's business format to their country, and they are doing their independent business, and they are giving a profit share to the mother company or the franchisor. Agent करने वाला, he just connect buyer and seller and having a commission. That's what they both of they are doing. Now we'll see what are similarities. On the answer करते ना बोलना, show answer करते ना बोलना. These are actually model questions, right? Past papers टिक लेसिंग करने भूलवांगा वाला है. But मैं अभी मैं बड़ा advanced questions टिक कर ही मीडिया ऐड करूँगा. पढ़ो डेटा मुझे. Similarities. Act according to the instructions of another company. Harini. Franchisee act according to the instructions of franchisor. Right? But agent, he is also same. Agent is also act according to his principle. Principle කියන්නේ එයාගේ ලොක්කා යාට boss කෙනෙක් කියනවා. දැන් මට මගේ කාර් එක විකුණ ගන්න ඕන නම් I am appointing an agent. So he works for me. මං යාට කිව්වොත් එහෙම price එක මෙච්චරයි කියලා එයා ඒ price එක තමයි කෙනෙක් හොයන්න ඕනේ. එයාට ඕන ගණන් නෙමෙයි මට ඕනේ විදිහට වැඩි වෙන්න ඕනේ. Okay? So he works for the principal or the head. Business goodwill is used in achieving his business result. හවුනේ. Franchisee තෙක් use කරනවා, agent තෙක් use කරනවා. Differences. Franchisee and මේක franchisee කරගමු. Franchisee gets the ownership of the goods. ඕනේද? Franchisee කරන්නේ goods ටික ගන්නවා. Under his ownership he sells to customers. But agent doesn't get the ownership. දැන් මම කාටද කිව්වා මගේ කාර් එක විකුණලා දෙන්න කියලා. එයා මගෙන් කාර් එක සල්ලි දීලා අරන් කාටවත් විකුණන්නේ නැහැනේ. Right? එයා සල්ලි දීලා ගන්න නැහැ. He doesn't get the ownership of the product. නේ. Ownership does not go to the agent. Principal owns the good. හරිද? Difference දෙනවනේ. But franchisee gets the ownership. එයා product එක සල්ලි දීලා ගන්නවා. අරන් එයා ලාභයක් තියන් විකුණනවා. කොටසක් post දෙනවා. Second one, franchisee gets the profit. He gets the profit. Share එකක් දෙනවා boss ට, share එකක් එයා තියාගන්නවා. Franchise වලට දෙනවා share එකක්, එයා share එකක් තියනවා. හැබැයි මෙයා getting only a commission. Okay, write this. Similarities and differences. කලින් වගේම done කියලා message එකක් දාන්න. ඉක්මනට. ලියපුවාම done තුන් පාරක් ආපුවම මම ඇවිල්ලා discuss කරන්න. Okay, fine. Let's go for next. Right. Question number 5. State 3 methods of privatization and briefly describe 2 of them. Privatize කරනවා කියන්නේ මොකක්ද ඇත්තටම? Privatize කියන්නේ විකුණනවද government business private sector එකට? නැත්නම් management එක විතරක් දෙනවද? ඒකේ දෙනවා variations ගොඩක්. ඔන්න බලන්න. මේක ටිකක් practical question syllabus එකේ නැහැ. ඉතින් number 1, denationalization. Denationalization කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? Selling of government owned enterprises to the private sector. Right? ඒ කියන්නේ government business private sector එකට විකුණනවා. Example, National Transport Service, Steel Corporation, ඒවා විකුණවුවානේ. ඒවා දැන් electricity board එකත් එහෙම විකුණන්න ගිහිල්ලා නේද? ඒක ප්‍රයිවටයිස් කරන්න ගිහලා තමයි යාලා ප්‍රොටෙස්ට් කරන්නේ. බට් අද වෙද්දී electricity board එක කම්පැනි එකක් වෙලා තියෙන කියන්නේ ප්‍රයිවටයිස් කරලා තමයි. Right? Nationalization means acquiring private businesses to the government. දැන් අපේ ලංකාවේ මම parties නොකිය ඉන්නවා. Some parties are there. So what do they do is they are getting private sector businesses to the government. Right? That's called nationalization. There is another political party in the country. When they come up to the power, what do? Is they are selling government businesses to the private sector. That's called privatization. That's the main difference. Right? One comes and he says, so what does he do is he acquire private sector business with the government. When he comes to the power, Sri Lankan Airlines was actually Air Lanka, which has a lot of private shares. So he acquired that to the government. Now it's Sri Lankan Airlines. Then say loss. And when he comes to the power, there is a hospital called Apollo Hospital, which belongs to the private sector. But now it's a government sector hospital. What is it? That is Lanka Hospitals. Right? Then after that, another person comes into the power after him. The Kalisime Musa Siya කෙනෙක්. Right? He ආපගමන් දුන්න හම්බන්තොට චීනට අවුරුදු 99කට බදු. He's old. වික්කා. එයා එහෙම තමයි. Right? That is his policy. මං කියන්නේ කෝකද හරි කෝකද වැරදි කියලා. All of them are situational decisions. සමහර කලකට government එක ගන්න එකත් හොඳ වෙන්න පුළුවන්. sell කරන එකත් හොඳ වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Situational approach. ඒක කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. Right? Economics එහෙම තමයි. Right? එතකොට Denationalization means what? Government sector businesses sell to private sector. Selling of government owned enterprises to the private sector. Example, National Transport Service, Steel Corporation. Deregulation, removing statutory monopolies. Right? Again, government sector විතරක් කිරපු business තියෙනවා. ඒවට private sector එකත් ගන්නවා. Monopolies cancel කරනවානේ. Deregulation means removing the statutory monopolies. Example, abolishing restrictions on bus service, health, postal and telecommunication. It's a government bus. CDB bus is now private bus also there. Health, private hospitals are also there. Postal and telecommunication, postal and private courier services telecommunication private next one, contracting out, allowing private firms to bid for supply of certain public services. Example, security services, garbage collection, car parks, constructions වගේ දේවල්. මේවා ලියා ගන්න. පොයින්ට්ස් තුනයි තියෙන්නේ. හිමීට ලියා ගන්න. හිමීට නෙමෙයි වේගෙන් ලියන්න. එකක්වත් මිස් කරන්න එපා. මේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් මේ පාර ඇවිත් තිබ්බොත් එහෙම මාව මතක් වෙයි ඈ. හරි. හරි. ලියන්න මම. ලියන්න ඕනේ. ලියලා done කියලා දාන්න. Okay, it seems finished. All right, let's go for next question. Question number 3. क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 කරලා මේ වුණේ. එදා කේස් එකයි කරේ අද දෙකක් කරමු. Okay. Entrepreneurs don't arise in one day. Briefly describe the entrepreneurial process. Right? First sentence එක නිකන් අර ලස්සනට දීලා තියෙන්නේ නේ. Question එකේ තියෙන second sentence එක නේ. Briefly describe the entrepreneurial process. Can you just remind the entrepreneurial process? Number 1, discovery. Number 2, concept development and preparing business plans. Number 3, resourcing. Number 4, actualization. Number 5, harvesting. Okay, so let's go for the answers. ඒවනම් උගන්ලා තියෙන්නේ simple ඒවා නේද? මේ තියෙන්නේ briefly explain කියලා තියෙනවනේ නේ. සලියන්න ඕනේ. බලන්න number 1, discovery. At the first step of the entrepreneurial process, an entrepreneur generates ideas, identifies opportunities through environmental study and studies the marketplace as well. Concept development and preparing business plans කියන්නේ. In this step, business plan is prepared. It presents a detailed program which clarifies the business idea. Resourcing means the entrepreneur identifies financial, human, and physical resources that are needed to start a business and he tries to acquire them. Actualization means in this step, the entrepreneur carries out the operational activities and he uses resources to fulfill the aims of business. Harvesting කියන්නේ this is the step in which the entrepreneur takes decisions regarding the future growth and development of business. හරි okay ලියා ගන්න මේ ටික. ලියලා ඉවරලා දන්නවනේ ඩන් කියලා දාන්න. ඩන් කියන්නේ නැතුව අත උස්සන්න. ඒතර ලේසියි මට. දැන් ආයෙ chat එක read කරන්න නැත්නම් all recordings මේ week එකේ හම්බෙනවා. okay ඩන් කියලා දාන්න ඕනේ. Okay, මේක note එකේ තියෙනව නේද? ගොඩක් කල් ලියාගෙන නැත්තේ. Name 4 sociological factors affect the development of entrepreneurship. Sociological factors, right? අපි කතා කරනවා නේද? Personal factors නේද? Environmental factors ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. Sociological factors. Family, responsibility, network, parents, role models වගේ නේද? ඒ ඔක්කොම ලියන්න ටක් ගාලා. Next one. It's a good one, huh? Government has provided many facilities to encourage small scale businesses in Sri Lanka. Mention for financial and non-financial incentives provided by the government to motivate small business. You know what they didn't. Four financial incentives for 2 marks, four non-financial incentives for 2 marks. Let's see. Financial incentives can be measured in terms of money. Non-financial we cannot. Simple. Did you miss something? Yeah, we miss, sorry. එකක් miss වුණානේ. Briefly describe 4 ways of developing entrepreneurship. Briefly describe 4 ways of developing entrepreneurship. Actually, when you go to university, that you will be learning some theories, arguments which have been coming for decades, right? Some people said that entrepreneurs uh, can be made. So they would say, yeah, entrepreneurs are born, not made. Entrepreneurs are born, not made. Right? Entrepreneurs la ඉපදෙන්න ඕනේ. හදන්න බෑ. That means at the birth they should be having those characteristics. We would call this as trait approach. Trait, T-R-A-I-T. Trait theory. For decades that was valid. Right? ගොඩක් අවුරුදු ගණනක මිනිස්සු විශ්වාස කරා. Entrepreneurs are born, not made. Right? එයාලා කියන entrepreneurs ලාගේ ළමයිටත් ඒ මොනවාද? ඒ ජාන යනවා එහෙම සෑහෙන කතා කියලා තියෙනවා. Right? එහෙම තමයි කියන්නේ. ඒකේ ඇත්තකුත් තියෙනවා සමහරක් වෙලාවට. Right? බිස්නස් කරන කෙනෙක්ගේ ළමෙක් ගොඩක් වෙලාවට බිස්නස්ම කරනවා. ඒක උපතින්මද but අර environment එකත් එක්ක වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. But people argue that some of the features we should be having an entrepreneur cannot be developed. That should be coming with the bone, with their birth. That's called trait approach. But පස්සේ කාලෙක කියව එහෙම නෙවෙයි. Entrepreneurs are not made. We can create them. How? By degree programs, by practical trainings, we can create them. Right? සමහර කට්ටිය කියන පටන් ගත්තා. No. Entrepreneurs ලා ඉපදෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. හදන්නත් බෑ. They emerged based on the situation. ඒකට අපි කිව්වා situational approach කියලා. කැම්පස් ගියාම ඔය ඉගෙන ගන්න. ඔයාලා තියෙනවා scientific management approaches ගොඩක් ඉගෙන ගන්න. නේද? එතන ඉගෙන ගන්න පුළුවන් ඔයා. So briefly describe 4 ways developing entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs හදන්නේ මෙන්න මෙහෙම. ඒ කියන්නේ එයාලා තමන්ගේ අඩුපාඩු හදා ගන්නවා මෙන්න මෙහෙමනේ. Okay. Self-evaluation. What is self-evaluation? Firstly, the entrepreneur skills have to be identified and check whether those skills are with you or not. Right? Self-evaluation neither. Entrepreneur skills have to be identified and check whether those skills are with you or not. Also, by self-evaluation, should identify what are the skills that need to be developed further. Training now. With the help of training programs related to the entrepreneur, the skills can be developed. Education skills can be developed through education related to the entrepreneurship. Experience now, through the experience gained by acting in other enterprises and by self-working, the skills can be evaluated. मेरी ඔක්කොම ලියාගන්න. ටක් ගාලා ලියාගන්න. ඒකලා අත උස්සන්න ඉස්සලා වගේ. Okay, let's go for next. The previous question that we stopped at the middle. Financial and unfinancial incentives provided by the government for small business. Maybe mention four financial and non-financial incentives provided by the government to motivate small businesses. Financial incentives, non-financial incentives. Financial bank loan facilities they know. Special loan schemes, leasing and bank overdraft, financial donations, non-financial consultancy facilities, providing necessary information, training and development programs, market facilities for trade exhibitions, non-financial. Okay, लिया टक गया इनाडी भाट लिया. Okay, shall we go for the next? One has finished. Others? Two, three. Okay, let's go for the next one. Right, what is next one? Question number 4. Mr. Pereira, not Mrs. Pereira. Mrs. Pereira. This is Mr. Pereira. Mr. Pereira, who is the marketing director of WC Private Limited, wanted to discuss some matters regarding the new product launch of the company with his subordinates. What is the best method of communication that can be used to pass the message regarding this meeting? Explain your answer. Simple, neither. Mr. Pereira, who is the marketing director, wanted to discuss some matters regarding the new product launch of the company with his subordinates. So you should understand the nature of the message, right? May product ke launch agane. This should be an official meeting. What is the best method of communication that can be used to pass this message regarding the meeting? Please, ini මොකක්ද හරියන්නේ? Official discussion එකක් නේ. What කැමති කියලා බලන්න. Any method of communication but with proper advantage of it. Marking scheme එක තොම තමයි දෙන්නේ. So what is your suggested answer for this? That can be a meeting, conference, any of these. Right? Advantages clear. Confidential, official, right? Easy to interact or easy to get feedbacks of people. Right? A lot of things are there. Last one. Many people in Sri Lanka use railway as a method of transportation, but still there are complaints that Department of Railway is not providing a proper service as the one supplier of railway transportation in Sri Lanka, as the only supplier. Mention how Department of Railway can upgrade the service provided to its customers. Then කැන්ඩි නම් තාම train නැහැ දිත්වගෙන් පස්සේ. තාම දිත්වගෙන් rail පහර පීඩිය ටික හැදිලා නැහැ. වගේ සජෙෂන්ස් තමයි මේ තියෙන්නේ. මෙන්න මේවා තමයි කියන්නේ. මොනවද? Adhere for proper timetable so people won't have to waste their time. Railway system should be maintained properly. Example signals. Improve the facilities of trains, television, Wi-Fi facilities වගේ දේවල්. Expand the railway lines island wide. Train the staff. ටක් ගාලා ලියන ටික. Okay, so we have discussed two cases today. Ne? There is a progress. Ne? Last week we discussed only one case, but today we discussed actually two cases. Next day we have to discuss another two cases. තව cases දෙකක් තියෙනවා. ඒක next week discuss කරපුවාම paper number 2 is completely finished. Right? After that we can go for another first paper. First paper actually we can finish in a single day. But for the second paper we have to get two days, right? But ඉස්සරහට පුළුවන් බලමු marking scheme එක දෙන්න ඉස්සරහට group එකට දාන්න. But then දන්නේ නැත්නම් ඔය ලියන්න නැති නිසා. Okay, so that's what I'm okay. Okay, watch these recordings also, then you can have a good idea, right? Okay, see you the next day in the same time, right? Okay then, good night everybody. Recordings will be uploaded for sure, don't worry. It will be done. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.